What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be looking at the content that is going to be coming tomorrow. Not the specific cards, but the set that is coming tomorrow and how it could possibly affect the market in a college football 25 Ultimate Team. Now, if you haven't logged on the game recently, the market's in a crazy spot right now. When I say that, I'm not saying it's necessarily bad, but it is crazy. I feel like the market as a whole is incredibly expensive. Let's just look at Reese Dismukes for just a quick example right here. He has 600,000 coins. If you don't think that I'm going to put this card up real quick, you have lost your mind. I'm going to put this card up for 600,000 coins and ultimately see if he sells. And I'm going to do that for a lot of my cards because I believe the auction house right now is at a really high point. And I just don't see it, for example, Dismukes going up at all whatsoever. So if I get 595 out of the card, I will absolutely take it. But more importantly, the content that we do know is coming tomorrow is the stories of the week cards, the basically team of the week set that we do see each and every week. So for example, a guy like Emmanuel Pregnon, who I don't mind, I think Pregnon's a decent card, is going for 65,000 coins. I could see him losing some value, so I might put this card up, see what happens, and if he sells, awesome. If he doesn't sell, well, that's okay too. He still has that Oregon team chemistry that I obviously can still use, and again, if he doesn't sell, that's fine. I'll continue to use the card in my specific squad. But if you do have any of these stories of the week cards, I would recommend putting them up on the auction house, seeing if they do ultimately sell, because I don't think that these cards are going to to go up in price. I just don't. And when I say that, it's basically for the entire market. For example, you look at the wide receiver position right now in this game, it is going to be insanely expensive. We haven't seen content since Sunday, and the market is a reflection of that. For example, Watkins, when he comes out tomorrow, will be 60,000 coins. When the Stories of the Week drop comes out tomorrow, he will be 60,000 coins, which is crazy to think about, considering he should not be that expensive, but that's where the market is at right now. It is just super high. So if you do have any of these specific Stories of the Week cards that I have been talking about, I would strongly recommend selling them, because not only are we getting content tomorrow, but more specific than that, we're going to continue to get content on Friday and then more content on Sunday. And so, for example, if you have Rutledge, if you have Francis, if you have a lot of these cards, I do think it is a good day to try to sell them, get rid of them. And remember, you can always buy them back. And that's it. That's the thing I want you guys to know and realize, and is that you can always end up getting these cards back if you do want to. And so that's something that I would think about if I were you guys. If you have any of these cards that I'm looking at, is, well, guess what? I do think it is a good time to sell these cards, and just know in the back of your mind, you can always buy them back. Even for me and a guy like Luke Lachey. I love Luke Lachey, but if I can get 1.06 million coins for this card, I think I've got to try to take that opportunity. I don't think Jack Velling is that much worse. And look, a guy like Velling, I mean, it is a fraction of the price. And so if I can get that many coins out of Luke Lachey, I do like him. He's an Iowa Hawkeye, but I just think you have to take your opportunities. And so if I'm you guys, and there is a good opportunity to maybe sell a card, I think you've got to try to do it today. And I'm not saying like it's one size fits all, but I do think with where the auction house is at right now, it's bigger than just it's bigger than the Stories of the Week cards. It's a lot of these things. It's even a guy like Caleb Downs, because I do believe another Game of the Week token is going to come out this upcoming week, which should mean more and more people are getting this Caleb Downs card. Right now, 214,000 coins for Caleb Downs. That just doesn't seem realistic for a card that was going for 50,000 coins a couple of days ago. And so if I can get him for get 213 out of him, I feel like you've got to take that opportunity. And so today, I'm not only going to be selling, the Stories of the Week cards that I have, I'm going to be selling a lot of other cards, because I'm to the point where, I like Caleb Downs, but at the end of the day, I could see his price going down over the next couple of days once again. And that's how I'm with nearly everybody on my squad right now. Is sure, these cards are all good, but I just love the price that they are going for right now. So even a guy like Rondale Moore, I think I got him a couple of days ago for $306. Right now he's $425. So guess what? I'm gonna put one up for $415 maybe, and if he sells, awesome. Like, perfect. You got to use Rondale Moore, and I'm going to make some coins off of him. And so that's kind of the approach that I'm using today. The market is insanely high right now, and I'm not saying like it's all going to just happen overnight. It's, going to happen fast. But I am saying, like, I do think today is a good day for you guys to go through and sell your cards before content comes tomorrow. Because like I said, it's not just the content that's coming tomorrow. It's the content that's coming tomorrow and then leading us into the weekend. For example, Francis, I'm pretty confident will be 60,000 coins come tomorrow. So guess what? If I can find a way to get, 90,000 coins out of Francis or whatever the card is going for, you've got to try to do that. Right now, 80,000 coins. I'm going to try to sell them for 79. We'll see what happens. But the bigger thing for me is, what happens if a better right tackle comes out? Then I don't want to be stuck with Francis, who I'm not going to be able to sell, who maybe will go for 50,000 coins come tomorrow. That's really where I'm at with the content coming tomorrow, kind of my approach to things right now in this game. And at the end of the day, guys, I'm not going to sell my entire team, but I am going to try to utilize, my team to the best of its ability. So that's kind of where I'm at right now with the entire market. If you do have even extra cards, like for me, I've got this Amari Niblak card. If I can sell him for 29,000 coins, I might as well try. And so those are the things that I would do today. While the market is as high as it's going to be, is try to maximize the amount of coins that you can make today, because the market probably will trend downward tomorrow and then heading in just to the future. So that's kind of where I'm at, what I'm looking for today, and just kind of how I'm approaching things. I do think between Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, you're going to see the market go down in a big time way. And we're not too far away from seeing another overall bump. I don't know exactly when it's going to be, but I do know that we are not that far away from seeing it. So that's another thing that is just kind of on my radar that I'm thinking about in the back of my mind. So today, if I were you guys, I would think about being a seller today. Sell, just for the sole fact of, look, we know the market is going to go down, especially with the stories of the week cards tomorrow. But even as far as an overall, haul, the more cards we get, the cheaper cards are going to be. For example, when we see the next stories of the week drop, these cards are going to get cheap in the game. It's just what's going to happen. We're going to see new cards, and then these older cards are going to get dirt cheap. So for example, let's say I sold some of my cards today, right? And so let's say, I sold my left guard. I tried to sell Pregnon. Well, guess what? If Gonzalez is 150 tomorrow, I can pick him up instead. Rutledge should go way down. Peak should go way down. Rucker should go down. Hunter should go down. These are all cards I like, but tomorrow should be a lot cheaper. So take advantage of the auction house today if you guys can. I still think, these LTDs are not the worst, to buy. And so, like, if you can get, let's say, even an RG3 for dirt cheap, or not dirt cheap, but somewhat cheap, I wouldn't hesitate on him because I like Robert Griffin III, and I think his price could go up. Same thing for even, a safety. For example, I just sold my Caleb Downs card, right? And so I could go look at the safety position and see, okay, since I sold him, is there another, free safety that I can pick up for cheap? For example, if Saunders, if I can get him for, let's say, 400 and some thousand coins, could be worth my time to pick up. So that's just kind of on my radar as well. As I am selling a lot of my cards, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, who are some cards that I could get for relatively cheap that could help my squad out? For example, Jack Velling. I don't know what price he goes for normally, but for 186, I don't think that's the worst option, although I'll take Hunter Henry for 60,000 coins instead. So that's kind of my approach to things. You guys can let me know your approach to things right now. I do think today is not a good day to be a buyer. It's a horrible day to try to buy things on the auction house today. Tomorrow, target the stories of the week cards. Should see some new cards, should see some good cards, and hopefully, for the sake of everybody, the auction house can go down slightly, because right now, the auction house is pretty crazy. Start thinking ahead for the Rivals drop as well. We will see another Rivals drop this Friday, and so if you do have a guy like Dominic Lovett, his price will probably trend downward now until Friday. So if you can get, let's say, like $255 for him, you got to try to take what you can get out of the card. But that's going to wrap it up for my video. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments, guys. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.